We've taken many trips to the family types dialog to flex our family as we've refined it. But why is it called the family types dialog anyway? In this movie, we'll take a look at the answer and create some family types for the custom family. It's called family types because we can save all the collection of parameters that we create here in the family types dialog and give it a name. And that actually becomes a type for our family. So a type is really just a saved and named variation of our family. When you're working in a project and you open up the type selector and you're choosing a type, what you're actually choosing is a saved variation like you see here on this list. So all we have to do here is come over here to the New button, click on that, and give a descriptive name to this. Now, the default convention used by Revit is to name the family type based on the overall dimensions. So that's the strategy that we'll employ here. The width of this family is 4 feet, so I'm going to describe this one as 48 inches by the length, which is 6 feet, 72 inches. Now, if there was some other important defining characteristic that I wanted to include in here, I could certainly add that to the name. But I think in this case, those are the two most important parameters in this family, so I'm just going to include only those two in the name. And that describes the one that I have here. Now I'm going to click New again, and I'm going to create another size. So I'll call this one a 40 inch by 84 inch. Click OK. And now I need to make the numbers actually match the name. Simply naming it doesn't actually flex it. You've got to make the numbers match. So this is 40 inches. This is 84 inches. I am putting the inch symbol because otherwise it will be 84 feet. Keep that in mind. If the longer size required a different leg inset, I could make that modification here, but I'm going to leave the same leg inset and height. But I am going to come down here, and based on the previous movie where we talked about identity data, I'm going to change whatever data here is appropriate to change, such as the model number, which instead of a 1, 2, 3, let me make these model numbers now a little bit more rational. How about a 40 by 84 for this, and perhaps there's a slightly different cost for this. It's 850. Now I'm going to apply that, and you'll see in the background in all my views that the dimensional parameters did flex, so that's good. And then I'm going to open this up and return to the other size. Go ahead and click Apply. You'll see it flex again. And I should probably take this model number now and make it match the new standard that I've decided on. So we'll apply that one more time. Let's go ahead and add one more type here. I always like to make a square one. So let's do a 48 by 48. Put in a size there. Modify this. Click Apply. And again, everything seems to be flexing correctly. So now when you want to flex the family, it's a simple matter of opening the list, choosing the size you want, clicking Apply, going to another size, clicking Apply, and everything flexes for you. So it definitely is going to save you a little bit of effort into the previous approach where we were going in and changing each and every parameter. The more parameters you start to get, the more tedious that becomes. So it's usually a pretty good idea to start adding some family types once you start solidifying the family a little bit.